I want to talk about the Resident Evil remaster. Remaster, the VR of PlayStation 2, VR2. Um, it does seem as close because um, Metal Gear Solid 3 remake is coming. And the PlayStation VR Resident Evil 1 remake, what could it be look like? Well, there's um, like I don't know much about if Resident Evil 4 remake looks different because they put like a lot into it, more details, and like what will it be? Because like in anime, like the anime show, like Sword Art Online is like a VR thing, and it's like a universe of Resident Evil that, but you're inside the universe, and like it comes to life or something like that. Like I know about um computers, characters, or AI getting like improved or smart. I know the um the first zombie Resident Evil 1 remaster. I think that Resident Evil to enhance graphics like how Resident Evil 4 remake was, with how the Las Plagas characters was. Um and like the first zombie, what that could be now. Like they could, like how Resident Vendetta would have been. There's a demo that had, but it's not available in Resident Evil. And the first zombie that could be, or in the intro, Resident Evil 1, or the when you get into stars, the stars members was holding like a camera or something, and was like searching the missing Bravo team, and that could really happen. The graphics, like I seen like the crew work together. Like I always thought that Naughty Dog that kind of helped Resident Evil 4 remake with the looks, how it looks. But like I don't like I don't know stuff. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Yeah, because how the menu was, how the Resident Evil 4 remake looked, and like I never expected a game to be like kind of close to like realistic version graphics. I don't know, and I see um like that could be, you know, the forest, like how it looks, and this is how it looks. Like that's like the universe comes to life or something, like how Final Fantasy VII remake was, where it was just a movie universe where Square Enix created their Final Fantasy, and it looks realistic. No, you play in the movie of Final Fantasy, the movie Crisis Core, or that did a movie, but you always want to play it, and it's playable. You know, just like The Last of Us Part 2, like a movie universe, playable CGI universe or something that most players want or something. And like this is like, imagine a Resident Evil 1 remake could look like this. The forest VR. Like I seen the demo from Resident Evil Vendetta. That's why I always will bring it up. It's kind of like the universe. Like imagine if you're lost in with the stars members of Resident 1. But I don't think you will get lost in the universe. I don't think you will get lost in the universe of Resident Evil, because Resident 0 probably you will get lost because like you need to go to the path where the train is at in Resident 0 and Resident 1. It looks different. It looks like realistic. Like that, like some games always so introducing that they're split, you know, and the Resident 1, the cool I look. But like you say, it would take forever. I think Metal Gear Solid 3 remake is coming because that's why, because you know they released like Metal Gear Solid 5. Look kind of realistic. Imagine if you in a chopper like this playing as the characters. But I don't know how well Resi was gonna do with this. I could see it in my head that like zombies could appear, or the wolves, the animals or something, the zombie dogs, and attacking, and you can see characters that you see from the intro. You're in the universe now of Resident Evil. Like, but what happened? They reimagined. I really hope they bring back like the version from Resident Evil 1 remake, remaster, intro. Keep it. Look how it is. Like I really hope they enhance the graphics for Resident Evil. I really hope they enhance the graphics from Resident Evil 1. Like I really hope they enhance it, and that they don't lower the version of Resident Evil, and that it's enhanced. Like how Resident 4 Remake was. I think they should keep the same producer for Resident Evil 1, 0, or maybe Resident Evil 1. I didn't know about 0. Like those both games was like an example of like how the CGI movies was. Like how Resident Evil 1 Remake could look like this if they like decided like how they come together like before, like in the movies, like the Vandella and Death Island, when they were all together now, like from the anime, from different games, that make games like came together and make like a movie, like how Resident Vandella and Death Island was. Look, it's the universe. So it's just a game, a little glimpse, but you're in the universe of the Resident Evil intro. Like I always seen it of the intro, like that someday will be made from that you see from the beginning of the intro of Resident Evil 1 that I explained with the first zombie and how he looks, and even the character that was being 18. This could happen, you know, that you play as the side characters, then just make up, you know, like how Resident Evil did with the Resident 2 remake, where they made up characters that survive or that believe that they make it or some way from the DLC from Resident Evil 1, no, Resident Evil 2 remake. This looks like the universe, you know. or the PS5 or something, or the VR2 or VR3. No, because I've seen the demonstration from Resident Vendetta, and it's like you're in the universe of the movie. I don't know, like I don't know much because I kind of know just a bit about the Nemesis, like how like for many decades has passed, or many time has passed, and the computer of Nemesis is smart. Is very smart. You know, it's like the CGI universe of The Last of Us that they did. Last of Us Part 2 universe. Look, it's all enhanced. You play in the universe now, like you watch a movie, but you really want to play it, but they decided to make it happen where now it's playable that you can play in. You still watch a movie, like buy a Blu-ray or DVD, but you're in the universe and you're playing it, and even watching, like the enhanced graphics of once Resident Evil had, and Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 1, like a movie. That example, you know, the intro, it shows the intro from Resident Evil 1 remake and The Last of Us Part 2, you know, and like, I don't know, like I never, like how Nemesis was so smart, you know, and then it's so smart, it takes down the players, and, like knows what you're gonna do sometimes, or like how Resident Evil Resident Evil look like for Nemesis if the zombies enter rooms and enter areas like how it's supposed to be. I think Resident Evil 1 could do that, but they probably have to like go with the CGI universe of Resident Evil and put the remake. Look, I don't know how it would look with if they want to show Raccoon City or maybe the RPD with the STARS members before starting a mission, or I don't know how it, maybe put the original or the chopper like from Resident Evil 1 and then enter to the mansion. Like there will still be with STARS, but look how it looks. If they want to put like how if they put more effort with Resident Evil 1 remake, with like how Resident Evil 4 remake was, like Resident Evil 1 and 0 didn't so well, or or maybe most players or most others doesn't play Resident Evil, but it didn't so well because it's super scary, you know. That's the reason why the Resident Evil 1 was like the most scariest game, and even Resident Evil 3, just that the team of Resident Evil hasn't like completely like come back, or I think hadn't came back to do it like a Resident Evil, like they did with Resident Evil Death Valley and Vendetta. And Resident Evil 1 remake, they could really do this. It's like you're in VR, you know. Imagine if the computers, like how they say that the computers someday will be improved, or AI, and I don't know. That get kind of scary, you know, because Resident Evil 1 remake, you be with characters of STARS, and you probably go see your teammate gain. But it will be the intro from Resident Evil 1, the first zombie, and the character of STARS that was gained eaten by the zombie, you know, like this. But I see that Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 7, they put the RE engine. I really believe the RE engine that I see that could look like this. The universe, like I don't know how it would look with VR with different materials. How the player would like use the map with their controls on the hands, a VR stick or something, VR control. And it looks kind of like scary because you see the trees and how it looks. It looks like from like Resident Evil, the intro, the beginning, but it's like they put you in that universe, you know. you were watching it, like I'm showing an example. You're watching the intro, and then you start playing like a normal game, like you usually do. When you watch the intro, and but you're not in that universe no more because they took you out, and you play in the regular fixed camera angles, the regular gameplay. But if you put VR, and the intro was used, but you got into the, you kind of like had like an episode. You just they put you in the universe of Resident Evil, and the intro become all enhanced, and then you see the first intro from the that you remember from Resident Evil 1 remaster, where the first zombie bite the stars. They could put you as side stars. They could like put your tags if they want. Or you don't like to see your other star members get zombie bites. Or maybe one of the first zombie. Like that could be, you know. Or Resident Zero, where you could get lost. Where the game, they, like in the movie, usually it takes you directly to the stars because the characters does it. But if imagine if you become the character, you know, in the VR, you put in the shoes of the characters, and then you're in the universe of Resident Evil now, and you know what will be, and then you have to get to the train where it starts the Resident Evil story, Resident Evil Zero. I don't know if they want to do that, you know. The character of like Leon was for Resident Evil 4 Remake was intense. But like I say, they kept his character. It's just they enhance everything in the character's details. They put the Las Plagas more details, more like effort. And imagine like how it is to look from the from this. This is like whether they want to enhance the graphics, you know, with this, or they decide to get help with the Resident Evil 1, like how Resident Evil 4 Remake did. Like, I know, I think they're capable of doing that, just they never want to. Like, Resident Evil never, like, wanted. The team is kind of split, you know, but like I say, how the movie, for example, they came together with the other anime studios and game studios, you know, and they made it kind of scary from Resident Evil Dead Island, the sequel. Like how it would look. Look, this is just like a gameplay only, you know, like this. But if, like I say, I shows from the first intro from the Resident Evil 1 universe, the intro, like even so, it's just a small intro, the beginning of the first zombie biting the stars. It shows like that you could be in that universe. But now that I kind of show the other graphics, the other game, that you could really be in, and like zombies, control, and like I don't know how zombies will look, yo. Like there's different version of graphics, but in that universe that I could imagine. Like Resident Evil already has that, you know, from the demo. And this is different, but I saw the other game and it looks enhanced from Resident Evil, and it's all enhanced. The Resident Evil, it's different, you know. It's very different from the Resident Evil. What players would do, like I never expected VR. Like I never like kind of play VR before, but not like how this look. But if Resident Evil 1 Remake look like that, and they decided to enhance the details like how they did with Resident Evil 4 Remake, but have the same producer in charge of Resident Evil 1 Remake, They probably will be scary, you know. But I see why Resident Evil hasn't uh gone scary since Resident Evil, like this generation, that type of scares, or like the zombies, or roaming around the city or Rackham City of the beginning of the intro, or playable, or the mercenaries from Resident Evil, the characters went down, you know, could be playable, like playing as Carlos could have been, but they didn't put that section in, and then it's scary, and then they didn't, uh, they didn't put like how, like, there was like AI characters, like, but they're like kind of people, but they're like AI characters, and then all the zombies entering the city. Like you could have put like playable as the characters, or see the intro, or have like in a section where you go in and but it's playable. Maybe run around, but it's not like an open world, but it's areas that you could explore. But you go get the experience where the intro was from the Resident Evil 3, the original, and then you see all those zombies around. Or and you know, or it could be playable as like how they always do, a side character, but they um always can kill off from the game of like this made up character. Like it could be, or you just see the where the zombies entering the city of Resident Evil 3, and it's scary, you know. Like, yeah, I never. That's why I didn't play VR, because like I someday that Resident Evil will kind of do this, like how the Vendetta demo, where it just show a demonstration, and you were playing as like the zombies. Imagine it's like a multiplayer Agent Hunt, but you're in the CGI universe, and you just choose the option where you could play against other players, but they're zombies and all. Like they still beat the canon, like from based on the like how Resident Evil Vendetta was, but they show that in the demo. You know, they show that in the demo of Resident Evil. But they I don't think they released it yet, but it's the demo. You know. And it's kind of in, it's not released, but this could have been, you know, the VR. Resident Evil. I don't think players will be able to pass Resident Evil if it goes like how it is, but not like this. Like how Resident Evil 7 was, but more enhanced, you know? More enhanced with the RE engine that they have, but they hadn't used it since RE7, where it was super scary, RE7. And what, like for areas where you're just stuck in like how the mansion was in Resident Evil 1, and in Resident Evil 1 you're just stuck in the mansion, you can't get out, you know? You can't get out in the forest, you know? Like how it would look, you know, where they would show us zombies and monsters. If the player attempting to get escape, or would try to escape, or maybe I don't know how Resident Evil will do. Maybe Luca was stuck in the mansion only. Like in Resident Evil 0, I think it could allow them to be in, like in the forest in the beginning. Or how Billy Conan is. Like I don't know if they want to put like zombies and put them in and like zombies in, or join or pop out, or how, or with Billy Corlin, or like escape, or like entering the train, and like Like that you can really do, you know? Like and the zombies, like you become stars. Look at how it look, you know? And the zombies passing by, you know? That will be the mansion look, you know? It's kind of like rebirth mode. Rebirth. Like I seen that from the Resident Deadly Silence from the DS. I don't know how it look for Resident Evil. Like there's another game. It's like what happened, you know? They brought it out, you know? But like how they could like I see like that's how it was programmed and then they formed together to make a like a CGI movie like how Vendetta was and the sequel of Resident Evil Death Island. Like how it could be, you know, first person or something like how Resident Evil would happen. One remake. Like I showed some 3 examples. Like like I say, I hadn't played VR. I didn't like I didn't play VR because that Resident Evil will make it look scary. The Resident Evil 1 remaster and like this is like the first zombie from Resident Evil and it's scary. Like how you gonna be Chris Redfield, you know? Using the arms. I don't know if they kind of like use gloves so it could detect your hand movement from your hands or something like that so you could be Chris Redfield. Like you know how in the movie like the Resident Vendetta or Chris Redfield will save Rebecca Chambers? I don't know if you're in that universe. I don't know if they want to enhance the computer smartness. I don't think they will. But Nemesis did, you know Nemesis? I see why the Resident 3 remake Nemesis is good. But I think there is like more better than the original Resident Nemesis because Nemesis chases you, it waits, it knows that you're gonna shoot. Like Resident 3 remake Nemesis does dodge, but like the Resident 3 Nemesis of the original, like dodge a lot, you know? They hit him unless doesn't hurt him at all because he doesn't have something on his chest where the player could damage the Nemesis. It's like that, you know? And I think the Resident 3 original was kind of focusing on the OG players or the best the players of Resident Evil or the Resident Evil 3 or the Resident Evil 3 Nemesis that is like smart, you know, the Nemesis. I think it's focusing on the OG players. I think before PlayStation removed or Resident Evil decided to remove focusing on the OG players or how Resident Evil 3 was and how it looked, you know, it was very difficult. Like areas to explore, to discover or to search, and that Nemesis was scary, very hard, very difficult. It's still better in the now the time passed. The original Resident 3 Nemesis is still better. It's smart. It's like he knows who he's gonna shoot. He jumps when he wants to. They let you pass. Sometimes grab you. You think you could pass the Nemesis and then grab you and like throw you away. When he's in like his second form, where he has where he releasing his tentacles or something, his powers, it just throw you up and down, you know, but it's a movie on the Resident Evil 3 PlayStation 1 of Resident Evil 3. It was like a movie, grab you, put you down, up, put you down, and I don't think Resident Evil hasn't done that since that. They kind of cut content for Resident Evil remake. Like they did put like two zombies by one's player, two zombies together. They will continue more with the more with Resident Evil 3 with three zombies fighting, or like how Resident Evil 1 enter doors and Resident Evil 2 and 3, like there are some restrictions or something. Like how Resident Evil 3 was, and how Resident Evil 1 remake was, because they run around, the VR universe. But I really think like they need to have it's like the same from Resident Evil remake to Resident Evil 1 and 0. I think Resident Evil 0 and 1, because then you would like explore, see the forest. It would be in the universe from the Resident Evil 1, the first zombie intro. But I don't think they would do that, and they will put in Resident Evil, like it's super scary. The Resident Evil 1 with the beginning of the zombies and the like it's really hard, from the Resident Evil the series. Like that's the reason why like how way back for no one could like no one could like pass Resident Evil, because how Resident Evil 3 was, how Resident Evil 2 was, but I think Resident Evil 3 was harder and no one could pass it, just like Resident Evil 1. Oh, and that's why it's like super scary. And but if they put VR for Resident Evil remake, but if you see Resident Evil 1, if they put more, like they don't like goof around, or don't like goof or goof around, and they put Resident Evil 1 remake is, like Jill will still look, maybe Jill will probably be more enhanced too, just like Chris Redfield is, and they will probably look different from their they put with the characters with Resident Evil 3 and 2 that they make, and like how they enhance Resident Evil CGI to pilot time and Death Island. They can use that for Resident Evil 1. Okay, like I say in the remaster of Resident Evil 1, it's a movie. It's a movie from the CGI universe from Resident Evil before they decided to reboot and then remove the CGI universe of Resident Evil, or like Resident Evil this generation, for example, and the amount of time Chris Redfield they look, so they just look normal characters. They look like a movie stars. It looks like a movie, or like a cartoon, Then like how they Welcome Raccoon City did. Like they look like a movie stars, the remaster, and they brought like how they look, the details, and the inventory too. Like it's been a long time they didn't use the inventory of the look good, the UI inventory menu, and it looks good for Resident Evil Village. And look how it looks from the remaster, the first zombie, like how like Resident 2 and 3 remake, they made the zombies scary, but they put like focusing on the new players or something, and like they should keep the Resident Evil 2 with the two zombies by, they should keep that picture and the animations not be removed from Resident Evil 3, you know? If Carlos is running around from Raccoon City or from RPD and 3 zombies could bind him, you know? Or 2 zombies. Or close zoom in camera that they did with Resident Evil Remake. Or I see the zombies, you only seen them like in the kind of the windows. Or you see zombie Brad passing by and it could be used, you know? But like I say, Resident Evil hasn't like they haven't been like complete like since Resident Evil Death Island was released. That's kind of like the complete Resident Evil that was from Resident Evil 0 and 1. And I don't know how they're gonna do with Resident Evil 1 remake if they decide to make it scary. They have to like remove content, you know, like a Resident Evil 4 remake was. They learn they learn now. And they can make Resident Evil 0 and 1 scary because Resident 0 was like a first example like how the CGI series was Resident Evil Death Island and Resident Evil Generation and Resident Evil 0 the forest and the tree could be. I already showed 3 examples of the I already showed 3 examples of the 3 games versions. Like that's how I got my point with the anime, and then like this how they made the movies or they came back with the streaming service, and then they were in Brazil Vendetta, and then they were also in the sequel. I don't know how they're gonna do with Resident Evil, Resident Evil 1 remake. Like, there's a reason why Resident Evil 0, 1, and 3 was it more like, is it scary? But is it gonna make the player hard or make it difficult for them? They did, but Resident Evil 2 remake hardcore more hardcore. With 1 life, you get red bar, or like that, you know? Like, and they also were kind of watching and they put chainsaw mode in Resident Evil 4 the demo. I know if they could do that with Resident Evil 1 and now, like, not like change the Resident Evil was, and like how it would look with Resident Evil 1, but like where you only see the cutscene where you go the chopper starts, or like it will still be a cutscene. It's just that maybe you will be able to like in VR could see the characters when you just go into the Arklay Mountain. And you know you see how Chris Redfield was, where Chris Redfield saw the Arklay Mountains with Brad. Like how Brad was, where Brad, Vicker, from the pilot from Resident Evil 1, how he looks in the chopper, like at the beginning, where the intro shows, and they show Chris Redfield talking, and then you see him with Brad, like searching the Bravo team chopper, like that could be playable, you know, you being the character of Chris Redfield of Resident Evil, and then you probably will it will probably be the first ever to be in that CGI universe, but not like how Final Fantasy was, or The Last of Us Part 2 was. It's just that you be in there, and then you be with the stars, and then, like how First Person was, where you were just Chris Redfield in VR, but imagine if they put Resident Vendetta like this. You see all enhanced, but I don't think Resident Evil doesn't want to do that. Like they're already releasing other versions of this, And Resident Evil hasn't like answer, hasn't like since Resident Evil Death Island, like Resident Evil Death Island was, and the universe, and then you could do those I could see you could do those like action movement on like how Bandela was, Leon, like how he does his dodging, and then you start shooting the zombie, and you see how in the CGI universe, you see how Leon was doing his movement, and then dodging the zombies and hitting the zombies, and Chris with his um skills, dodging is still moving, going forward, pressing forward on the floors to find Rebecca Chambers, and then you still have to, you probably will, you don't know how it will look in VR, and then you see your watch the time that it's the universe from the Vendetta graphics, but it'll be like, I don't know, it'll be stable, will be playable, and you can see the realistic or kind of the watch from Bandera, like how Chris did with his time, like with the good chambers was running out of time, and then you save her, you had to do, I don't know if they will allow you, or that Chris would does it by himself to, like, save it back on it, and then like in the movie, or with Bandera, they skip the parts, but I know they will add something like, you have to be the one that carry the character, Rebecca Chambers, and go up, like how, like, maybe it shows you, like the next step, or it needs to go, like that, and then you go up the stairs, you see, like, maybe the zombies, maybe, and to get to the boss, and then you leave Rebecca Chambers in the floor or something, and then you fight against Glen areas. Like you could, it'd be playable to do CQC against close combat against Glen areas, and then you and then it'd be playable. It could be a second version where it's like Resident Evil 5, from Lost Nightmare. You against Wesker and you do a reaction button to press X when it pop out, X, Y, or something like that, and you dodge, like in the professional mode from Lost Nightmare against Wesker, it's harder, you don't react very fast, he gets you, it's like that, but I don't see Resident Evil does that. They have it from Pachinko, but they hadn't done this. Resident Evil hasn't like completely like at serious and like the I see from the demo, Resident Evil Dead Island, Resident Evil remake, I really hope they really don't go for Resident Evil 5 remake and just go for Resident Evil 0 and 1, and the characters of Chris, and like I really think they should really put effort on, like, really care about Chris Redfield's voice, like how it was from Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 6, Chris Redfield, Resident Evil 5, Chris Redfield, the voice, even Leon, like Code Veronica, like those parts, like they skip, They could have parts like shows Leon where Claire Redfield sent a message, a distress call to Leon, and then Leon get it from what area he's in, and then shows him his character, show him in the cutscene, and then he contacts Chris Redfield, and then Chris Redfield goes for Claire Redfield, or something like that, but I don't think Resident Evil wants to do that, because how Vendetta was, they skip it, and then how Resident Evil 6, where Pierce has a chance to his own playable 6 months that Chris Redfield was missing, and Pierce could have shown Pierce what he was doing, But I don't think they would do that, you know, like how Resident Evil 1 remake was. I think it will not make sense of showing like the RPD or I can see before the zombies, you know, like what they're gonna do, show them, and then they go to RPD, and then they starts the mission. I don't think they would do that, you know, because that's just parts that could happen. But they skip it. Like Resident Evil 1 remake, it just shows from the beginning, just like how Vendetta was, where it doesn't show parts. It goes directly straight to the action, to the story, how it starts. It's like Resident Evil 1 remake. They don't show a lot of PD. They don't show like the stars, like a meeting, telling each other that it's time to go to the mission. I don't think they would do that. They will go directly straight to the Holy Mountain, and then like Wesker. Like I see the game, the other 3 version. Like you could be Wesker, and then you just put traps like from Resident Evil 1, or like, and I don't know. That's a multiplayer where you find Wesker, but he disappear, and then Wesker take you down because you were searching for him. But I don't think it just could be original Resident Evil 1. And it could shows like stars. I don't know how 4 stars members will survive, and then how Billy Coin will, how it will look, will they lost their touch, will Resident Evil won't be able to like capitalize this with Resident Evil lost. It's because it's a while since Resident Evil Death Island was, and how good it was Resident Evil Death Island. Like how will Giovanna time will look. Will they keep the version? I think they will keep the version from Resident Evil 3 remake, or they will improve her and use the Resident Evil Death Island version of Jill and put her in, because this was a movie, you know. This was the movie of Resident Evil 1 remake. This was the movie Chris Redfield and Jill, and there was the zombies. There was the twin heads. There's like maybe they could look out the window, or like how Rebecca was, like look out the window, and there was other characters like doing something or setting traps. I know, and then there's the forest, like and the Grizzly Zero. The Grizzly Zero 1, you weren't able to get out of the mansion, but you could be with the stars, you know, with them, and then just searching with it, and then it'll be playable. Now you will get to see Bravo Team Chopper, and then you start running away from the zombie monsters. But I don't think Resident Evil also has like potential, like zombies, the monsters, hunters, and the tyrant, prototype tyrant, or I don't think they will, because there's like another, like Resident Evil always was like kind of the inspiration, but I don't know why, for like a question, I don't get it why like Resident Evil 1 VR could look if they don't like an opportunity, or like how will it look for Resident Evil 1 remake. I see my Resident Evil 1 remake and 0. Like Resident Evil 1, the rebirth was from Deadly Science. Like I see that Resident Evil was the first ever that did the rebirth mode for Deadly Science, the DS. But I don't get it why they don't use that universe more and have like combine it to be like Resident Evil 1 remake is the zombies enter doors, and like when playing Resident Evil 2 remake, you see the other zombie like kind of like go through the window. I came out from the window out of nowhere, you know, like that's something, you know? Like, but you don't see enough zombies out, like, kind of outside, because, like, you don't see them, but then later on, it's like, trigger a cutscene, and then the zombie entering the RPG in the Resident 2 remake, like, and then you use, like, roots to block the window because the zombies are entering, you know, like how Resident 2 on PlayStation 1 was, where, but it's like it took forever for the player, and then that's when the zombies started coming through the window, you know, coming through now. Now they came in from their PD, like the windows could do with Resident Evil, and then the zombies could look scary, like like Chris Redfield was. I was kind of waiting for Vendetta because I've been waiting for that since since they announced the CGI Vendetta. They say it will ever become a game, and since then we kind of waited, and then Metal Gear started. But like I said, Metal Gear has been like kind of answering some type of way. And with like Metal Gear 3 remake and Silent Hill 2 remake, like there's a reason why they just like that's why Metal Gear Solid 5 was a good game, you know. Metal Gear Solid 5 and Silent Hill was kind of like they were like Resident Evil 7 was scary and it's good, but like I say, like Silent Hill kind of like was kind of like the first, like kind of like trying to take the spotlight from Resident Evil, and what was trying to show like the PT Silent Hill could have look if you're in that universe BR if they ever released it, but then it got taken down. But it's still playable, the demo. If those who has the demo, and like how, and then Resident Evil 1 remake, like it would look with Resident Evil 1 remake. I don't know, like I don't know much about Resident Evil 1 remake and zero. It's just that when you play the game of Resident Zero, you just see the cutscenes from the Death Island, you know, all that were used to be before it was removed. That way it was, it's like an anime thing, and it was like a movie, and it was scary, kind of. It was scary, you know, and they say Resident Evil 4 was easy, the original, no, it was hard. Infinite, enemies or something. Those targets keep coming and coming when you take them down, just keep coming. When you have to like open the gate or something, the door, so you get there, like that, and then it shows the part where where Resident Evil 4, where Los Targas chase Leon and Ashley, and then they closed the gate because they were coming. That was something. That was something that was like special. And since then, it was gone, you know. And then it came back with Resident Evil Death Island and Vendetta and Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. That say it was rebooted and that it was canceled and that it will never come back. They went serious and all. This Resident Evil 1 is scary, you know. Resident Evil 4 remake feel like Resident Evil this generation, you know, because like they didn't. For me, I see it. Like when playing, I just see that it looks like from Resident Evil this generation. It does feel like Resident Evil this generation. The look, and then it does feel like the zombies. That's how it is. It's just that I don't like I just prefer, you know, the jacket than without the jacket. It feels more like the Resident Evil generation, and I think Resident Evil this generation will come to mobile because like like now, like to play, to play Resident Evil. But like I didn't see that, but now I could have a chance. Resident Generation came to Google, or Google Play Store, and then no, the App Store from iOS, and then it was gone. It could come back. I think that was the first glimpse of like kind of like something that the consoles didn't got or didn't have a specific title. This Revelation, but Revelation came because it was focused, and iOS phone does too. But they took Resident Generation. They could bring it back. They could bring this generation. Like I don't see any Vendetta. I don't see a Resident 1 remake or VR. I think it will come. VR is VR 2 will come. But I don't like I could see this generation will come. If it was like this, yeah, probably will come. Maybe the Resident 1 is Jill, like it's a superhuman. That was a mess. Like they changed a lot of Jill. Like the movie live action could be rebooted again. So yeah, I think it could. After the Resident Evil sequel or something from the movie rumors. It could be rebooted and be based on them, the original characters. And like Resident Evil 1, like this is the first zombie. Like I don't think they don't kind of listen. But like there's like the first zombie. Look, I can see they did good, Like they did the outfit, the stars costume good. They put the costume good. They made the zombie good. Is it like VR? It has to be like Resident Evil was. But like I say, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness was good. Like they shouldn't like kind of listen. They shouldn't listen like where it's like Resident Evil Infinite Darkness was good. It came back. And then Death Island came, the sequel. I'm glad they left the character alive so that they could put right to a Death Island of how it is. It's very good. Resident Vendetta was like the first time ever they just that they want that Resident Evil decided to make it good, like really good. Vendetta. It was really good. It was a good movie. It was a good it's like Code Veronica. Resident Code Veronica, that type of style. And Wesker, like fighting against Alexa Ashford, and then Chris Redfield has to be the one fighting. Like it's good they get brought back Wesker again. That's good. That's good they brought back Wesker, so like Chris Redfield could get a chance to fight again, or fight the boss, and get the Resident Evil Code Veronica. Code Veronica, they could do that too. Or like how it was, Code Veronica was like it was like better. Like I really hope they don't remove it, but I think they will. Like Claire Redfield first think that it was a zombie, but it wasn't. And then like how they gonna do Resident Evil 1 remake and 0? Will they allow like others to like keep on opportunity, like kind of like put Resident Evil 1 remake scary? Like I say Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil this generation was the last scary movie. Resident Resident Evil Generation was the most scary because it was like Resident Evil remake, you know? Resident Evil 3, for like how the zombies was and how they look, and and they could have been like the same as the computer of Los Plagas on Resident Evil remake. Those characters enemies, like they got smart, you know? They're kind of annoying when they come behind you more often, like without you notice or be on guard. Like they could surprise you, you know? Like Resident Evil Generation, you know? Like how like the zombie break through the window trying to get the character, and Leon save him. Like that could be something, you know? Yeah, that's the reason why. Like Leon told the characters that you need to be careful or something because they could bite you, the zombie. Like how like he could, you know, for Resident Evil Generation, like how the zombie was. Like like even so it was just a movie, like it could have a computer smartness. Like how Resident Evil was known for Resident Evil 3 PlayStation 1 was of Nemesis. Like that was smart, you know? And the Resident Evil 4 remake, they made like the Los Plagas enemies more tougher, more like they combo you, they it's difficult, you know, like guys, and then they would sometimes grab you, you know. Um like they could put more into the difficulty, like how Resident Evil 1 remake could do, or like Resident Evil Generation could do, like to see how like kind of like to survive against those zombies. Like who look, you know, floors, areas, different like areas added in Resident Evil Generation. Zombies, trickness, or you could trigger like another cutscene, but secretly of other stuff, you know, like multiple endings in Resident Evil Generation, or like where like you see the zombies like laying there, or there's one zombie that's like more like ooh or something like that, or and then you enter the area and but you don't want to enter or help the like that one zombie, or it's a survivor, you know, like a trick, like a mind trick, and then you pick up the zombie or something, and then all the zombies come, you know, and you start, but you waste ammunition, but like maybe you get help from the side character, and then you help each. It helps you to take down the zombie, but like, it would be based on the Resident Generation. Resident Generation, you know, or how Resident Evil 4 remake was, you know, typical against the boss with the you're in a farm and you fight him. It's very difficult, you know, how it looked, you know, and Leon loses his knife and he has a limit. Like it's different from the Resident Evil 4 because the original Resident Evil 4 Leon knife doesn't break, you know. That version of the knife that kind of breaks was like a game thing, or I think to repair, you know, something that they added just for the player to be aware of. That's why I think. But the original Resident Evil 4 is like the original, you know. It doesn't break. You just keep fighting, you know. And like, what I see, I like the Resident Evil 4 remake. Because you know Leon, like how it is, Leon struggle, and then in Resident Evil 5, Leon did struggle again. Like he's like they say he's like the second strongest character, but like I don't want to compare characters of who's like the strongest. Strongest. Chris Redfield is like it has he awakened like. They should focus on the main character since the beginning, you know? But like they have been like stay away from the main characters since Resident Evil 6, you know? The characters was like taken away and it had to come back. Like they took it away, you know? And then And then the Resident Evil 7 came back, but Chris, like, like I thought, like I shouldn't kind of care, about Chris Redfield, because but then they brought back Chris, look from Resident Evil Village, and then they brought back the characters from the movies. Like I seen the movie, but it's on its own versions. And the Jill Valentine's comment, Superhuman, that's the reason why Ghost in the Shell came, and then they were kind of part of Resident Evil with Death Island, and other stuff, the anime, it's a while since Resident Evil were allowed, kind of come back with the original, Resident Evil 1 remake will be. I seen some examples of a zombie, like how the zombies look, Resident Evil generation. I never explained this, but the Resident Evil 3 zombies, they were scary, they were scary. Resident Evil remake was more because different zombies look how they look. Not the big zombies, but the kind of the different zombies. They look like from this generation or from the CGI universe. Some zombies expressing or how they look. They look more like the CGI. I think Resident Evil remake was kind of better because two zombies bite them and then Carlos, and then you think you're just playing a normal gameplay, but then you play Nightmare first time ever, and you see Zombie Brad come out from beside the window walking around, just running around outside the window, and you look through the window and you were searching for that zombie because you didn't want him kind of enter of RPD, and then you get surprised that he came in somehow. That should explain that. They should kind of explain this and make it the universe Resident Evil. Then why not make it into a Resident Evil universe? And then you get to see that to make the player kind of see their eyes and this is different, When you saw the first zombie enter the locker room from the RPD, it was different, Well, I don't think they would do that. Ooh. Well, how Resident Evil 1 could look, but if they have used it more, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 3 was good, Resident Evil 2, with the different mechanics, maybe players were asking for more animation, more details, maybe. I don't know if any player around or any others never explained this, never asked for this, or for Resident Evil remake when it came out, before it came out, maybe they never say two zombies bite them, one red bar in them, combo, and then Mr. X just kill the character, a finisher move, it does when you're in hardcore mode, or they grab you, when it wants to, or if you're in a red bar and somehow, the Mr. X, it's kind of smart some type of way, and surprise the player sometimes, it just red bar him, that. How they did with Chainsaw Mode, with the demo of Resident Evil 4, where you see the chainsaw and then it just kill you off one hit, and then you start over. But they didn't put that in the game, or they didn't put anything updates, It's different, Resident Evil could be, it's kind of my favorite. One was Resident Zero. Resident Zero is my favorite one time. And Resident Evil 1, 3 also. I like Resident 3, the remake, I like it. Resident Zero, 1, There's more, you know, I want to see, like, side characters. Is it playable? Will you kind of trick the player, maybe, for once? Put scariness, maybe? Oh, I don't think they will not. Usually you can see stars, and then you're like, be surprised, and you're in the shoes of the character now. But is it, I don't know if they want to put multiple endings in Resident Evil 1 Remake. Zero never did have multiple endings. It was just one thing only, and they finish off the villain, and then they escape, and then maybe after, if it's playable in the ending, the credit thing was still will pop out in the screen. Except that it's playable to cut the area at the moment, and then you see Billy. You just you're in the shoes of like the character's eyes, and you just see like Billy Colin walking away, and then you try to chase, or maybe it's like it won't be maybe like a block wall, or you see this. You just want to know what will happen to Billy, and then maybe Resident Evil will allow it, and then you just only see the back of Billy Colin just running through the forest of that area, and that's it. Now, I don't know if they want to put that in, or have after the credit is over, or maybe if you pay, I don't know how they would do it with that, and then you go down the rocks to get to, and then it's playable the forest, and then you have to get to the mansion, and then you have to meet the other star members that's in that mansion, you know? I don't know how it would look, but that was kind of playable in the Dark Side Chronicles story. Like, I don't know if Resident Evil wants to, like, really want to put, story added. Like, they have, like, that's the reason why I don't play VR Resident Evil. It was kind of like, kind of like a sweat a lot, and I have to be aware, have to look behind, have to like lose the map, have to see the Bravo chopper or something. You have to look the corners. You have to see the if there was lickers, hunters. You have to. I really hope they don't like how Resident 2 remake was. Like use the knife or like slashing the zombies, and it won't be like it'll be like invisible protection mode on the zombies if they're laying down the floor. And you can't do that, you know? That could be something. Or you running away with the stars members. Maybe you see your star members. I know that could be a multiplayer on that. So this is running with them as you play in the shoes of Jill Valentine or Chris Redfield in their eyes, but you're running, and then you don't want to look back. If the player somehow look back, I don't know if we will look if they want to like put like the zombies KO on them, or just come and then jump like chase the player, or if the player wants to look behind like they usually does, like a tip that I give them. Some way if they look and then the zombie bites, it's over for them, you know? Like, oh, I don't know if they want to, or if the cutscenes, or if I don't know if they want to put like playable to make the player, because you're in the forest, like how are you going to cut that out? Or you put that, or you go put it in, or make it into a cutscene now, and all the way the character runs by itself straight, but it's still be in first person mode. It's just that it will go straight to the mansion, you know? That'd be like how the original was. I don't know if they would do that, or like, or how Resident Evil Outbreak first person will be remake, or like that's why I put this in like the Resident Evil talk about. Resident Evil 1 Remaster, Resident Evil 0, and the live action reboot. And that's why I kind of know those things. But like I say, I didn't kind of play VR in my life. Never played it. Or not gonna play it because like since Resident Evil 3 came out from the beginning and Resident Evil 1 when it started the beginning, I wasn't so good with Resident Evil 0, 1, and 3. But like I said in the beginning, was harder way back. Well, I mean, the time when you go back how it was, it was harder, and then Resident Evil 0 and 1 was tougher. We have to learn how to beat it. Then I beat Resident Evil 0, 1, and then Resident Evil 3 was harder, and 2. It was harder for everyone, and I think there's a reason why to make it easier, and it still continue easy. But now, like, there's some other games that pop out just in Resident Evil, but like I said, Resident Evil, I didn't know if they were like once make a remake of 0 and 1. Would there be co-op Resident Evil? Would they want to put more like kind of like a helping mechanic with stars, helping them if they're injured, and then you put them in the safe room, and then or they come in the rooms, but they're not. Maybe the zombies like passing by, and then it makes the player or makes the maybe the player waste his ammunition. Oh, this is wait if the zombie enters, but sometimes the zombie could trick the player and just pass by the mansion, the room. It could do that or not, but I only see other games that come out. I hadn't played Dead Island 2. I just played the survival horror, and I just that VR, and that's it. That's the two. And the Resident Evil 3 remake, Resident Evil 4. And there's the Q Valentine. This is the reason why I keep like kind of my favorite character also, along with Chris Redfield. Leon is like only 4th or 5th. Because like they say that Leon's so OP. Like I say, how Chris mentioned to Kill Valentine on Death Island, saying that in the movie, saying there's gonna be a time that this isn't Resident Vendetta. In Resident Vendetta, there's a character they were seen in the chopper, and they were going for good areas in the mansion. When they find Glenn Arias' place, and then they told Chris Redfield, and Chris Redfield asked him, there's going to be a time of decision to kill them or kill me, or something like that. It was a quote from Chris Redfield from the movie Resident Vendetta. It's just an anime character game thing that they made. But I think it will come. I'm not sure if they say Chris will get killed off, and then they always make other stuff up, but I don't follow, because like Resident Evil is the one that makes the rest of the story, and they hadn't killed off their characters at all. But Leon, I thought Resident Evil Gaiden. But like a super zombie that could transform, that could change the characters, that could make clone out of itself, and like Chris could have had a clone because it was based on from the manga that they made. It could look like a clone of Chris Redfield, but didn't want to put it. But Leon, like I see Leon now. how Leon will look. I think Chris, I think Leon from Gaiden will happen, but they say that they will not bring that monster. It's like a tyrant. It could shapeshift. It could transform to anybody. It could eat. They could use sample of the blood, and then it transform into the characters or any characters or whatever. I'm not sure, and, and I don't know why they didn't use this. Oh, that's the reason why Death Island it shows that the characters almost got killed off. They survived because of Chris Redfield. Because of Chris, like I haven't seen any others explain that Chris Redfield's already awaking. He already get out from his depression, and now he's like helping his team. It's just that they took him away from the BSA place because they got him upset because of his team, and that's why it went back to his ego. But then he realized now he has to go back because what happened, and in the show they want to show Rebecca or Jill. Jill and Rebecca is in the BSA place, so I don't think people will kick out Rebecca. Barry, maybe. But Rebecca has to Sean and Jill and like Leon, like he's like younger than Chris and Jill, but Jill is superhuman. But I think Leon will meet his match because it's so guiding. It didn't show the part where they want to, like, it didn't show any cutscene, it didn't show how Leon got killed off, or show that it did show a tyrant, but it's not, they didn't make it in the games, where when Resident Evil has its team, then now they're just like leaving some type of way, and they haven't like came back to make that part. Well, that game is still missing to be a remake. Like they did all the Dark Side Chronicles stories, they did all the telling. They didn't put the the monster for the tyrant that could shapeshift, that could transform, and does feel like it's more like Resident Evil. It does feel more like Resident Evil than some like Resident Village. I understand it's good, because that's how Resident Evil is, and Resident Evil put the different encounters and different enemies, but I never expected like a clone monsters or something. I never expected monster to transform to like you need to save some AI character in the water, but it transforms when you get out. It already transforms or underneath or like one step ahead of the character, the player, and then the player has to think whether to save the AI character or it's a fall or it's a from Gaiden. But that will have what I think. Then, but it didn't show us like some ending of Leon. It didn't show any of that part from the Gaiden game or Resident Evil. It didn't show like he got killed off. It didn't show him he's getting eaten. Or it just showed Leon got knocked out from the tyrant or something. Like in the game, they show the part where they skip. Like it could show the monster. It could show transform. It was smart. The tyrant, the shapeshift. It destroyed the engine of the ship. Leon was just like how Vendetta was, where they skip parts, and you want to know what happened to Chris or his team before chasing Lady Miranda. And in this part, they they skipped the part where Leon got knocked out from Gaiden, the Game Boy, and just like Deadly Silence that exists in the DS, it does exist, the rebirth, and Resident Evil was like kind of the first that did the rebirth, and the monster that you could kill off Leon, I don't think they will kill off Chris Redfield. I believe so. I don't think they will kill him off. I don't know how he will look. Maybe they will skip many time pass, and maybe they will. Or I'm not sure. Oh, because Leon, like I don't know how Leon will survive. But they will not put it in Barry. They're not gonna put Barry in the game because he already retired. He already gave up on BSA. He's not on the team anymore. And Chris Redfield right now is headed to the BSA, and they were not gonna like goof around with the story of when they're going in because like they have to like allow like the from the that they made from Death Island, and like Chris Redfield probably will. He's still young, but he probably like look how it will look with Rose protecting, or because they say they skipped 16 years. So Chris was still at his like early 40s. Jill is still like immortal, still aging, and she's superhuman. So perhaps Jill will still probably be there until like stop at like maybe after 5 years, 7 years, I don't know, and like trying to guess the timeline. Like 16 years has skipped, and I know what it will be for that, where Resident Evil is going for, like VR, like I say, they will have make it more scarier, but they decided to go continue with the story of Resident Evil 7, then going back all the way to Resident Evil 1. I think they didn't want to, but now, like they kind of could do that. Code Veronica, they could do Resident Evil 1, they could do Resident Evil 0. They probably have to put more effort, you know? Like the players, like the others, kind of like don't understand that if they do this, they put like, let's say, like Steve's story, and that would be more scary, and then, yeah, and then Resident Evil 0 would be the Coda story, that would be scary, because you never see it the first time ever, and it was scary, and then Jill, and then if it's VR, and then you used to watch it, the cutscene, how Jill just standing there and seeing his teammate getting destroyed by the monster zombies, eating, and then if it become VR, that would be scary for the player to see what the zombie is doing, eating, and then it has to run, you know? I don't think they would do that. There's a reason why these other games that were made, that they made it. But like I say, Resident Evil, don't want to like put like demos, don't want to put sequels. Well, right now they did the Resident Evil, they did the Spider-Verse coming too along with them, because like I said, I used to put Marvel in it too, because Marvel and Capcom kind of know each other since the fighting games. But never expected in the movies, because like Spider-Man was in the movie also, and Resident Evil, they kind of compete each other, and like the the characters meeting, like I said, Chris had a talk with the side characters that he was with when looking for Glen Arias in the mansion location, and Chris already told the character what he thinks that Chris already was awakened in that time. Like before, like the villain tricked him. Chris was still like he's awakened. He's telling him there's a decision we have to make or something like that. Like a important talk, and they took Rebecca, but like I said, Resident Evil didn't make it into a game or anime. They made it into like a singing thing, and what it shows Rebecca was getting taken 3 times, but by the villain, and then Chris saved her 3 times, and kept. I know after that, with your village, like I was searching everywhere for like meth, like reading the notes, trying to know if Chris Redfield left Jill and Rebecca in the BSA place, but there wasn't, So that's why I'm making this video to explain that Chris really did left them in there in the BSA place, but we're not sure what time had passed since then. The sequel of Death Island. What will Chris look? Will they make it Chris look like from Death Island? The sequel graphics will make them look like this, the version of their former self. And then when they do that, then Leon will come in. But what will happen to Leon? Because like the others don't understand that Resident Evil is like this. Their story, their counterparts, their encounter, like how Alexa Asford was from Code Veronica, the final boss. The creation of them being created by the founder of from Asper, and then how it looks, and I think Resident Evil did lost its touch or lost its story movie moment. Is just that they weren't like maybe no one others like ask or always talk about that, and that's why they're now doing that. And the Resident Evil Juventus will continue. Chris is a good character, I don't think no player never explained this. Others never explained that Chris got tricked. They took him away from BSA to go to Village to take down Lady Miranda because he was more focusing on getting comeback against Lady Miranda than what had happened to his team, and now he's going back to save them, to save his star members. Now it's Jill and Rebecca. But I don't know how what Rebecca is gonna do because now like what characters is doing, like how Resident Evil 6 was, where it shows all the characters is doing, but they went to the same mission and it was playable. Just like Resident Evil Death Island, they all went in the same spot on a mission, but it's not playable. It was a movie. Like Resident Evil 6, they did it. Resident Evil Vanilla, they did. Rebecca was doing something else. And on a school thing, university or something. And then the zombie came out, and then Chris would himself save Rebecca, and then like the second time, 3 times he saved her. How many times did Chris save Rebecca Chambers? I don't think no one explained this. Chris saved Rebecca 3 or 4 times between those timelines, and Jill was in the sideline for a very long time because he can't recover. It took her a while because I think the players or others trying to make up stories or something. I think they know. They don't because like Resident Evil make this story, and Jill was in the sideline for a very long time because of Wesker. Albert Wesker was a supervillain, was strong. But Chris got lucky because Chris got lucky because they find the samples to clear the zombies to cure Wesker. So that's how they defeated Wesker in Resident Evil 5 with Sheva. Like I prefer the original story script of the beta, and not like. But I see why now they're gonna go serious. Like the Resident Evil 5 was okay for me. I kind of enjoy it because I play against Wesker, and it even shows the story of like the POC of Chris against Wesker, and then they show Revelation. They didn't show the part where I wanted to see Revelation, where we're supposed to show zombies, you know? The first zombie ever returning, then just the remake, you know? The reimagine was okay, you know? But like I don't think they kind of see the other players and others wants to see the zombie of the timeline of today or something. To see that the zombies came back, and they came back from like to have come back in Revelation, but no, but it came back from like this generation. But they came back like I said, Mandela and Death Island, and Death Island, the zombies has improved. They're kind of smarter, and they know. Like they starting to, that's why they took the data from Chris, Q with Claire Redfield. I don't know about Rebecca. They took their data, and Leon, and they fight, and then the zombies improve, and like they made. I see that like they made a video or something that Leon is the strongest character. But what happened? Leon now is struggling because the zombies no comeback, like comeback, and then Chris took down the zombie. It's in the movie. You've seen the movie Resident Evil Island, you will see that the zombie has improved, you know, just like from Resident Evil 4 remake, just like how the progress improve and they're smart some type of way. Like I don't want to like talk about that, but no, I am, and that's why it's kind of harder to take down. That's the reason why Leon like wasn't a focus. Now it's focused on Leon now. And Claire and the villain, like the villain and the character, like they're like former Umbrella. They're not Umbrella, but they were kind of smart some type of way, and now they're coming for Chris, Jill, Leon, and Rebecca. Rebecca knows how to cure or something like that, and that's why Chris, like during that time, was on fire. You know, like put his guard up. You know, protected Rebecca Chambers 3-4 times. You know, like you say, Resident Evil didn't want to show that part. I believe it. I believe that like there's some certain team or something of Resident Evil didn't want to show or they want to show Rebecca being saved by Chris, but then it shows Rebecca as being saved by Chris Redfield, and the singing concert or something that they made of Resident Evil 6 where Chris used to appear with him. Rebecca was former BSA teammates before she gave up on that. What happened again? But like I say, no one was asking or no one wants to know. And that's why I'm making this video too. And that's why Revelation 3 will come, you know, or some way. I think it will come some way with the story of Rebecca Chambers and what timeline will take place, and Chris. That's the reason why now Chris not in the movie, but they have to show the movie. Now they did because the soul of Mandela and Rebecca, which they didn't want to show, but now they show. Now it's 2 times from the singing concert from Mandela and from Death Island. Resident sequel movie. I think it will come streaming service to that because so that everyone can see. They have to show it, I think. And like I said, Chris saved Rebecca 3-4 times. Q was saved, you know, like I said, but now Chris lost his ego when like looking for Lily Miranda, but now he knows he made a mistake. Now he has to go back. He came he came up on his senses, but like I said, it's not like it's it's that Chris. I think they will make Chris make a decision. I think because now they kind of like they kind of got into Chris Redfield now. Like I don't know how they're gonna capitalize or how they gonna get with Jill come in or how it will work. You know, how are they gonna get like a strong character like Jill or Chris Redfield to be like on a situation like to make Chris like make a good choice. Like I know they're gonna do that because in Resident Evil Defiant, like I say, like Resident 6, like for example, like I wanna go back, like Resident 6 is playable. You were playing as the characters, it's playable because it wasn't a movie. Because it was the last time because you get to play like that. And they will bring them together and it's in a mission, just like Resident Evil Defiant, but it wasn't a game, it wasn't playable, it was just a movie to watch. Uh, and and you see Joe, you didn't have a choice. You were in the character, you were like Joe was playable, you know. You don't get a choice which one characters could be KO or be removed, you know. Or like it didn't, but they didn't do that. Joe didn't like make the choice, make the decision. He just stand there because he was overwhelmed by the villain, because it's the smartness of the villain or something, and then he made a choice for them, and so he made a choice for himself, for her, and just took down like the one that knows how to like beat the weakness of the final boss, and so that's how it is. And so now I think they will kind of use that for the player to make a choice or not, you know? I know they would do that. Because like I say, like the one that could survive a lot, like you can see the game is just a movie, but you also can see that Chris, Jill, Leon, no not Leon, Rebecca Chambers and Claire could survive in that situation. And Chris like started to notice even Jill. Jill was rusty from the start of the movie. Uh, Leon, like Leon is struggling, but I don't know if which one will be the first that will the characters of Chris or Leon will get counter against like a powerful tyrant or something, or or will the age in the character will slow them down and then they can kill off. I don't know. Chris will, because Chris will kind of like um survive. Like so it didn't show a lot of spotlight in the movie, but Chris was kind of has the spotlight. You know, they show the spotlight. You know, like they were switching a lot of the cutscenes to show the main characters and then showing them that they were kind of struggling. But Chris was like the most. Chris also couldn't say anything when he was in the cell and he was just sitting there, just was turning to a zombie. He knew that Rebecca Chambers was coming. There's a reason why, but he couldn't say anything because he did say some words, but after that, that's it. He pretty much like couldn't do anything, you know. Leon Owen got lucky because he has like some items, some equipment to save him, you know. That's why I think Leon is not good, you know. Like Leon always is prepared and stuff, but I think Leon does struggle because I really hope they don't like come against me and go for Chris Redfield just to kill him off, just because I like Chris Redfield. Or I hope they don't do that. It needs to be based on just what choices the story will go. That's what I believe. And as just a viewer, you know, and I'm not like I just talks about the story and stuff and the characters. And I'm not like trying to like changing it, but not really. I just talk about the story of Resident Evil, and that's it. And that Chris Redfield pretty much uh will survive because like he was like he didn't want Claire Redfield to come, but Claire Redfield came. It would happen just Jill and Chris, but Claire Redfield came, and then it made it harder for him. And Chris, like I said, it was just a mosquito, and then they got them 20 zombies, and then the Leon, like I said, he's always prepared, but he has so much depression on him. I think he will struggle soon. Soon, right now, I don't think. Right now, because he's like the he was the one that brought all the theories. Like, I understand that. Like, like that's why I didn't play VR. I didn't play VR. The PSVR 2 is good. It's good. It has some games in it. But like I said, Resident Evil, that's it. But I don't think they didn't give them chances to make a Resident Evil thing, or sequels or something like that, or cartoon sequels to come back, or the next generation or something sequels, like how Bleach is doing, Ichigo Kurosaki sequel, Fairy Tail sequel. I think they're allowed because they created the cartoons, and that's why they're bringing like Bleach and stuff. Uh, and I think like Leon is the tyrant that I saw from the Gaiden. Barry was something else. Barry was like younger or stuff. It was a different universe, different. I don't know what version was this, what Resident Evil it is. And who will Chris Redfield would be? Like there was a werewolf. There's a werewolf in Chris Redfield. There was would have been transformed into a werewolf. This is a werewolf Sean. There was no DLC. Like there was another DLC in the upper sample. Like how Resident Evil 5 was. Resident Evil 4. Operation Javier, for example, the full Krauser with Leon. Like then what that isn't that what the reimagined remake was being made? So that it could show the story of the unplayable to play as Leon with Krauser, and they went to the Operation Javier. It's in the Dark Side Chronicles. It exists. I don't think they want to do that, but it exists. But I see why the Dark Side Chronicles was a movie, and like Resident One Mansion, I would look. The zombies is different. They always kind of make side stories games or something. But Resident is the only one that didn't have all its characters get killed off, and it's still going, Even though the live action, they kill off some characters or not focusing on them. They finally showed them in the Welcome Raccoon City. They have a Wesker now, There is a Code Veronica where in this one part you do a puzzle in Resident Evil Veronica to get the beetle icon from the pictures where you have to solve a puzzle. There's a picture that looks like the character. It's named in the Five Nights at Freddy. There was like a ghost on Five Nights at Freddy in the movie in the ending where they trapped the main boss in the back room or something, and the ghost looks like from the Veronica picture. That if like I say, if you play Resident Evil Veronica and you do the puzzle, you do the pictures puzzle, and you see a picture of like Alexa Asper show up in the end when you have to press the button, but in the picture, it looks like him. It looks like from the ghost. Yeah, like it's always like it never gets me hints, and that's it.